What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in. I want to do an update because I just posted a video about Sha'Carri Richardson being arrested. Now, in that first initial report, nobody mentioned, in the articles I read, nobody mentioned Christian Coleman being there with her, but apparently he was. And by the way, this is 100% PR spin, by the way. There are people who will say that what happened with Sha'Carri was no big deal. Why am I speaking about it? Well, this is why I'm speaking about it, because here you have an athlete, a squeaky clean athlete, who was arrested for having drug paraphernalia and resisting arrest while being with Sha'Carri. You know what? I wonder if there's going to be body cam footage of this arrest. I'm pretty sure there will be. I can almost guarantee you. Well, I'm not going to make any guarantees. I don't want to do that. But it would be so comical if Sha'Carri in the video is yelling at Christian to do something like she did when she got arrested in the airport. Y'all remember that? And he just starts out of nowhere resisting arrest, right? Maybe even trying to walk away from the scene, right? Or he's stopping them from arresting her. Gentlemen, this is why you don't stay in toxic relationships with toxic people, because you will become just like them. People say, oh, well, people make mistakes. You're a professional athlete with endorsements. You have to carry yourself differently. That whole people make mistakes. No, you make choices. You make choice to get in a speeding car. Then you make choice to have drug paraphernalia on you. You make a choice to resist arrest. And you look stupid. You look like a clown. And you don't understand that the position that you're in, the fact that you've made something of yourself. You stayed with a woman who put her hands on you. That was already strike one. This is strike two. Sha'Carri Richardson was the only track star arrested on Thursday. Her boyfriend, sprinter Christian Coleman, was busted for drug paraphernalia and resisting during the traffic stop, TMZ Sports has learned. We've obtained the arrest affidavit from the medalist run-in with police, and it turns out it was a bit of Team USA hangout of sorts, with Cece as a well-known fellow sprinter, Twanisha Terry, getting name dropped. So it was a couple of people in the car. It wasn't just those. It was another sprinter. You see how many people Sha'Carri Richardson brings down with her. I don't think the other two have been arrested before or been in that situation before. The report states that cops were driving north on State Road 429 in Winter Garden, Florida around noon on Thursday when a gray vehicle approached at a rapid speed. When using radar, the cops says the car at one point reached 104 miles per hour. The responding officer says the gray Aston Martin was driving dangerously, tailgating and passing other vehicles, and appeared to be flashing its lights at other cars. Look at this. Appeared to be flashing its lights at other cars in broad daylight. This is very stupid. Now, people will look at it as, well, maybe they were in a hurry. I'm sorry. We all have to obey the driving laws. You don't get, again, this is why I say no accountability. You don't get to make up your own rules. Everybody has to follow rules or they're going to go to jail. That's just that simple. Why are you flashing your lights, which is very dangerous in traffic? Why are you flashing your lights at other cars? Because what, you're in a hurry? The cop activated lights and sirens and initiated the traffic stop. When Richardson was pulled over, she claimed her back tire was underinflated and was the reason for her speed. She also stated her phone accidentally hit buttons and changed the car's setting. That does not sound right at all. So that lets me know that you just told on yourself. You said that your phone was accidentally hitting buttons. Your phone wouldn't accidentally hit buttons unless you were pressing them. You could deactivate your phone, turn it off if that's the case. During Richardson's stop, a black Jeep pulled up in front of the scene on the side of the road, and Coleman got out and waited by his car. So they were driving in different cars, what it looks like. When the officer went to fill out paperwork, they say Coleman approached the scene of the traffic stop and he had to be instructed to walk back to his vehicle. As he returned to his Jeep, the cop said he dropped an object in the grass. The officer says Coleman eventually refused to comply with orders to keep himself out of the traffic stop, as he made several attempts to explain Richardson's speed to keep her out of jail. Richardson told the officer Coleman was her boyfriend, but later, when asked to provide identification, the cop said he refused. He was placed under arrest for resisting. Now, was this cop being a little too by the book by arresting him for not showing ID? Now, maybe again, if a cop asks you to do something, you want to be able to comply with requests from officers as far as showing identification. I mean, he should have done that. You don't want to be arguing with police. That's not a battle you're going to win. Arguing with police in this environment. I don't know why y'all do that. Why do y'all argue with police knowing the environment as a black person? Why? It doesn't necessarily look like he was resisting as in fighting the police, but I guess that officer doesn't like to hear no. And he arrested Christian Coleman. Just a very wacky and weird situation. When Coleman's Jeep was searched, a glass smoking device was found in the center console, and the bowl area appeared to be used but cleaned. When a small amount of green leafy plant material on it, suspected to be cannabis. He went on to post a $1,000 bond later that night, paying $500 for each respective. After Coleman popped up, Terry arrived as well and wanted to know what was going on with her friends. She was ultimately given a ticket for stopping on a limited access road, a highway, and was free to leave, taking Richardson's purse with her. Due to Coleman and Terry's involvement, the cops say they requested backup to complete the traffic stop. Richardson and Coleman's vehicles were towed from the area and they were taken to jail in separate vehicles. As we previously reported, Richardson was arrested on one charge of dangerous excessive speeding, and cited for several driving violations. Coleman and Richardson are no strangers to interacting with police. Remember, the two had an argument that turned physical at an airport, with Richardson calling Coleman a coward. Let me tell y'all something, man. It just seems like wherever she goes, trouble follows. People think that I'm rooting against them. No. When I heard they got together, I was skeptical. I'm like, this chick was dating women. Now all of a sudden she's dating men. Interesting. But it seemed like she had cleaned up her life. She wasn't having issues and they were together, which is fine. But when the airport situation happened, it made me look at the situation as somebody here is a self-sabotager. Somebody here has issues and is clearly her. And she has all these people who boyfriend, and she had her friends show up, others show up to assist her. But I just don't buy the excuse that she was given. If you have a bad tire, you're not going to be speeding. Well, okay. Let's say she has a bad tire. I don't know, Orlando, I'm pretty sure it has a tire place on every corner, right? Or a place you can go and put, you can go to a gas station and put air in it. So I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. Maybe more information come out to corroborate that. She says that the reason why the lights were flickering was because her phone was doing something wonky and was causing the light. I don't believe that. So that's why, again, I just think that accountability needs to be there. Accountability needs to be there. And she messed up. And here comes Christian trying to solve the problem. But he gets caught with marijuana, apparently. According to the report, they suspect him of smoking marijuana of some sort. Y'all are two athletes that have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. And you don't want to be getting caught up in these. Now, I guess, Nike doesn't care. I mean, she was on camera putting her hands on Christian. And they doubled down. And they play her ads even more, and they promote her even more, so that they don't care about, female engaging in domestic violence. They don't care about that. If it was the other way around, Christian Coleman would be done. He wouldn't have a career. He'd be going on podcasts, on apology tours. But she made one half-ass apology video, and now all is forgiven. And I'm seeing people act like this arrest of her means nothing. So y'all buy the excuse that she was hopping in and out from lane to lane, flashing her lights, and y'all believe that excuse that her phone was magically doing that? Y'all believe that? There are people that's going to believe that because in their mind, Sha'Carri's the victim. Everybody just out to get her. She self-sabotages herself, and she's going to continue to do it. This ain't going to be the last incident that she's in. She's going to be in more incidents because she can't help herself. But the thing about Christian, you need to leave this situation alone. You're always there to try to save her from herself. Bro, she don't want to be saved. She don't want to be saved. And you dudes try to save women that don't want to be saved, and that's your problem. This is who she is. She's always getting into issues. You saw how she talked to you, and you lean more into the relationship. This is why I say black men, you have to do better. You don't have to be stuck in relationships that's only going to bring you problems. He would have never got arrested if it wasn't for her being stopped for speeding. You know the rules. You know you can't be speeding over 100 miles per hour in a I don't say resident, but in city limits. You're not on the highway. Even still, that's bad. So, there's really no excuse for that. You're in a city where, again, there's a gas station. If you need to put air in your tires with air pumps, there's a tire place probably on every other corner. He's in this situation because of her. And how many of these incidences you think you're going to keep getting into to where sponsors back out? They start to lose faith in you. Now, people are gonna say, it wasn't his fault. He shouldn't have got arrested. But if you just listen to the cops, go about your business, let them settle that, you could have met her at the jailhouse, or you could have sat at your car and watched how things went, and then met her at the jail. Going there and try to engage in conversation or arguments with police, refusing to give identification, they're going to take you to jail. That's why you have a mugshot. I don't know what this mindset that comes from, especially in the black community, that you don't have to listen to police. What? Anyway, let me know in the comment section with me thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms. I'll put the other video where I spoke about Sha'Carri in the description box as well. And I'll see y'all next one.